Hey, this is Tracy Lewis with Stuff and Things, and today I have the new natural blends. They come in sets of 2, and there are 10 of them. They are by natural colors. They mean shades from flesh colored, all of the shades of human flesh from light to dark. So I'm going to do some coloring of the swatches. This is my second sheet of blends colors, and it stopped here at soft suede, so I've reserved this bottom section for the 10 different skin tones that they call naturals. And before I move on, I want to share with you that I do have the free blends labels PDF. It is up on the website, and I already went ahead and updated it to include where the neutrals / naturals are. I had to give enough room for you to do a cut with a punch. This is a larger circle punch that I use. And I did 1 through 9 and 10 with the intent that each of these sheets, you'll print this sheet 2 times if you want the front and the back cap to have the dot label. So for my purposes, I went ahead and printed the 1 through 10 2 times, and what you will see when you download is just one set of the naturals numbers. The code is actually not 1 through 10. Oops, that's a different color. It is SU 100 to SU 1000, and I'm just labeling them 1 through 10 because this big long code is just not going to fit on the end of the cap. So this is available. I'll have the link. It literally is my website, blends_labels. That's all you need to type after the /. But I will also have this up on in the comments of the YouTube video. All right, so I have actually just wanted to show you with my new storage on my desk that I do have a video of. I'll try to link it at the end. I had a whole bunch of extra Copic markers. Notice these are all kind of fleshy colored, and I had 9 of them, so I had to grab a fairly dark color that really doesn't belong. I don't know why I added it. It's kind of too dark. So what I have is all of the blends on my desk, and then an array of one set of 6 rows of 6. So 36 Copics, plus another row of Copics on the other 6 by 6. And I took the top row out for 10 slots, taking these away. And then I have the top row ready to go with the new blends. I'm going to do the labeling on my own later. I use a dot. I add a dot to the punched out letter code, and that's what's holding this down. I didn't use glue. I thought that it would be more effective to use a really sticky dot. All right, so I'm going backwards because the lightest color is the highest number. So that's just something to note, that if I grab the darkest skin tone, it actually is the 100, and then below it has alcohol-based ink, and it's probably how much alcohol content there is. This is a very heavy pigment, probably has the lightest amount or least amount of ink and the most amount of pigment, whereas then at the other end here, the 1000 is going to have the most alcohol and the least pigment. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm not sure if I will do anything special with these, so oh, and I should always have a layer underneath here. It is intended for the blends and any alcohol markers to bleed through. You can use any kind of a surface. I usually grab a few sheets of copy paper. In this case, I'm just grabbing a lined notepad that has a few sheets left, and I will place it underneath. And I will do small circular colors. Now, if I wanted to, I could go a thin layer and then the way blends work or any alcohol markers work, the more you saturate the paper, the darker it gets. On this particular one, I didn't do such a good job of keeping the top a very light single coat, but I will just continue on doing all of these colors. That way I'll have them. I'm not familiar with them yet, so I wouldn't know at what point I would grab which color. So I will be using these. I don't do people very often, so I will probably be using them more for animal and nature coloring, which I do quite a bit of. So already you can see the difference between the 1000 and the 900. SU 900, there is a definite difference in the tone. So I like that there is, but it's not necessarily light to dark. Notice that has a lot of pink. This has a lot of brown. So you do need to really familiarize yourself with these colors. Then it'll be easier to decide. You can't just look at it and go, oh, this one's lighter or this one's darker, because they also seem to have different tones to them to accommodate all of the different skin tones of the world. So SU 800, again, wanting to go really light at the top here for this, and then toward the middle I'm going to go ahead and go a little darker. I may, depending on what kind of commentary I have, I might speed this up. I can definitely tell. I hope it shows that this is light, medium, dark. I see lighter and darker here. This one, as I said, I didn't do such a good job of the top. I might grab the marker again after it's dry. When it dries, it's easier to get more pigment to layer over the top. See the big difference in color there? So I'm going to now let that dry and see if I get a good difference in the colors. All right, so my next one is 700. Because I don't have the caps labeled yet, I need to be very careful, because I hate when I mess up, because it will make me want to redo this whole page if I mess this up. I hope everybody's new year is going well. We have got some crazy real life stuff happening for us right now that's all very good. We are focusing on continuing our becoming Floridians by, we have sold a property in Washington State that will then give us the funds to be able to seek out a place here to be a home base for us on the East Coast. So that is very exciting, and the market in Washington State is very hot right now, something we were not really prepared for. And so we had already talked about how much we wanted this property that we have sold to be worth, to justify, all of the expenses, because it is very expensive. This isn't a residential property, it is an investment, so we have to pay taxes on it when we sell it. So there had to be a certain dollar amount. I'm trying to keep this light, then a little bit of more color, and then the darkest. Anyhow, so it actually in December hit that amount. And of course we try not to watch the pot boil, so we weren't really monitoring it daily or anything, but we knew what we wanted to do this year, and we wanted to hopefully get this accomplished early in the year so we could spend some of the high season looking around and getting prepared, because once the season ends, because we're going to buy an RV property, once the high season ends here, there will be, and hopefully, a group of people who say, nope, we spent the winter in Florida, it's not for us. And let's say they bought a property an RV property, which is just like a pad and a port and perhaps some a little living space, washer and dryer, that kind of thing. Hopefully, those people who want to leave after the season, which ends basically between March and April, it concludes, then we will be able to come in and buy something. So that's the plan. We'll see how well that works. So far, everything seems to be doing well for our plans. But it has meant that I have not been able to focus on doing as many crafting sessions and videos. So I'm just now getting back into the groove because we have finished all of the official documentation and everything, and signed offers and accepted changes and all that stuff is done. So we are very excited. And we have been traveling full time for 5 years, and I am ready to have a place that has a place where we can rest, and we can put some stuff, some of my crafting supplies can go in, storage-ish, but close to me. And then we have amenities there wherever we get. We'll have amenities like swimming pool and workout rooms and all that stuff that we have really not had consistently in our travels. So we definitely are already going really dark. And I hope you can see the light to dark from top to bottom of these. I should be on 200 and 100. And then I will leave you to it to go. Oh, I should state these products are on pre-release this month. So demonstrators are allowed to buy them and start using them and talk about them just like I'm doing. And then next month they will be released, I believe, for everyone to buy. And as I said in the unboxing for when I bought these, I am very excited to see an expanse into some of the subsets of colors that aren't just the 50 color line, like the skin tones. And then there's the very light lights that I am hoping they will come out with in just a set of 10, just like this was a set of 10, with a full set of lights in all of the basic colors to really get the depth of light to dark that I like to get. In the meantime, I do have my Copic markers, so it's not horrible or anything, but I just would like to have the suite of Stampin' Up! Products, their alcohol markers, be a complete set. All right, so this is, in a nutshell, what the 10 skin tone colors look like. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm looking at this color and this color. This has a lot of pink. That has a tiny bit of pink, and that has even less pink. This actually colored funny. I hope that I grabbed the right one. Like I said, I will be very upset if it ends up that I did the wrong one. Might have, so I'm going to see if I can push the color through. When you push and do a lot of circling of your ink, like I'm doing here, you can literally, if I flip it over, see how much color I've pushed through. That is intentional. There you go. So now that will dry nicely. All right, so So far, so good. I haven't actually used these for anything yet. I will definitely be next up using these, but I wanted to get them color charted so I have reference to what colors they are going to be. I will then get them labeled so I don't accidentally mix them up. The caps are very close, so I will say, if I grab these four, these are the four lightest ones. It is not going to be easy to know which is which, so it will be very important. I highly recommend you label both sides of the caps so that it's easy to keep straight which caps go with which pens before you start pulling lids off and doing a lot of coloring, and then all of your caps get mixed up. I mean, it's not a perfect reference or anything, but it's just nice to keep everything organized the way they came. You know, this is the 200 and the 100, though they're different. If you accidentally switched some of the caps around, you would never know which one went where. So if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can leave them here on the video or over on my blog. Don't forget to download your new copy of the blends labels sheet. You get to print it twice after you've downloaded it, so that you will get both sides of the caps covered. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.